September 8th, approximately 11:20 a.m. EST, 4:20 p.m. UTC. GM, good afternoon. How are you today?
GM, dude, who got liquidated this weekend. Not even this weekend, the last 24 hours in perps.
Bro, it's been some nasty work this weekend. Like I was questioning my own theses with this price action. And then we have Saylor come in and we don't know where he found some pocket change.
Well,
Dug
he
in the
just
cushion.
raised 1.1 or 1.2 billion, and then he just spent 1 billion. So I don't know. Does that mean his cash reserve is done, or he found another billion somewhere?
I think he had to have found another billion somewhere. There's no way he just fucking full stacked his whole cash supply.
That would be
One.
hilarious.
It would be too funny.
What else do we got this week? We got FOMC this week. Sailor bought a billion. ETH was swinging 3K to 29 to 3150 to 3K to almost 3200 back to 31. The Bitcoin is a little red today, but Jesus Christ, dude, went from 87 to 92 back to 90
Yeah.
three times,
And
three,
ETH
four
was
times.
in the 28s into 31, back down to the 28s, right back to the 31. You literally could have logged off for a few days, pre-weekend, come back, same price.
Dude, it was just yesterday. It was just yesterday was the fuckery. And then today you have, dude, stocks are red, bro. I don't know if you want to be
Bidding.
Yeah, not sure you want to be bidding here, for all those people. You do have a scare on the FOMC. It's a 10% chance, 10.4% chance that they don't cut. Of course, they're going to cut. It's just their
10% chance.
stance on future cuts that I would be worried about.
We are, what are we at? 89.6%.
Yeah, 90. No, we're getting the cut. And then if you look, every other month coming up, we're set up for cuts. But we were set up for a December cut, and then Powell kind of threw us for a roller coaster, threw us for a loop, and was like, "Oh, maybe December, maybe it's not guaranteed." And of course, it's not guaranteed, but I think he could have worded it a little bit better because the
Yeah.
market went a little shook.
It's like you can look at every date they have coming up and see that we talked about this before. We're in a cutting season. Like, just look at this. Look at these percents here.
Yeah, it's just
90%
about
for
his stance.
2 days from now. Then come January, it just keeps creeping up. 92, 94, 98.
Just depends on what color tie he wears on Wednesday.
Mhm. We're getting them cuts, boys.
And then FOMC Wednesday afternoon. So careful for that. If you're trading this weekend, maybe just take the week off, dude. Has anybody ever thought about that? Just take the week off?
Job's not finished.
Yeah. I mean, stocks are red, crypto's green.
Holy shit, bro.
I'm scared.
Look at these. Who are these guys?
Is it
7,000.
the 56, 5800 guy?
No,
Oh
it's the
yeah, yeah.
7,000, 8,000s.
Oh, nice. There was a guy who bought December 56, 5800 calls. But when you went to look, the contracts were only like $1, right? So he spent like 10K or something, total, 20K total. So it looks huge on screen, but when you go look at the premiums paid, it's not
Yeah.
that much.
We were talking about that guy on Friday. It
Yeah.
was like
So
91 cents he got him for.
yeah. So if it goes up even to 4K, he's up a few bucks, and he gets a big trade. But as you come closer to the end of December, data kicks in and get screwed for sure.
A lot of calls coming in.
I do want to mention for people that are playing options this week, Notice how on the left, yeah, it's only the December 12th spike for retail that are looking. The spike comes on December 12th because that's the earliest contract that covers FOMC. The Wednesday contract doesn't cover FOMC. So I had some people message me like, "Oh, should I buy calls for the 10th, I guess it is?" And I was like, "Guys, that expires in the morning before FOMC. You want to be buying or trading or selling the Friday contract."
Closest
But be
strike
careful.
after.
Yeah, people were like, "Oh, I'm going to buy a Wednesday contract," and I'm like, That's going to expire before
Sorry,
FOMC."
closest expiry after.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, guys, do a little more research. Grand says he TM'd me. He said we're going to lose. We lost 90K. It's over. See you mid 80s in the mid Decembers.
I have a lot of friends who are needing to be convinced of reasons to be bullish. I don't know if it's all of the nihilism on the timeline or if it's that their thesis was has been gone against with price action and third party things taking place in the market that they can't control. But it seems like everyone is dooming except Saylor, which, as I've said before, Max Payne is up.
Max Payne is like a 10K candle to 100K. People would not know what to do with themselves.
We haven't had one of those in a long time.
Yeah, we just get $2,000 candles each way to liquidate everybody, and then we go up or down.
You see, ETH activated a new upgrade. Their Fusaka upgrade. What was that
What
last
is the
week? Late
Fusaka?
Wednesday?
Do we know what it does?
Let me see. Its headline feature was something called Peer DAS, which is a data sampling system that increases blob capacity and reduces bandwidth needs for layer 2 networks without compromising security. The upgrade also adds new pricing rules, including a minimum fee and surge pricing during busy periods to make layer 2 costs more predictable and ETH fee burns more consistent. Brings several backend boosts too, including raising the gas limit cap and adding support for SECP 256R1, a widely used signing method built into most phones and laptops, which will make secure device native logins and passkeys easier. Also introduces a new opcode that improves zero knowledge performance and helps prepare for future quantum risks. And let's see, this puts them on schedule for a twice a year upgrade schedule. It's kind of crazy for a protocol like ETH to be pushing or on a development cycle where they're able to push out 2 major upgrades a year.
Well, what else is the foundation doing besides selling? They better have some time to do some upgrades.
I need someone with like more experience in that side of the ecosystem to explain to me what the foundation is even needed for. Is it just to separate liability? Like I've always wondered, like, what is the need for these foundations other than to
To
silo,
extract. To extract.
silo individuals or risk associated to different things being done. Not saying anything illegal, just risk that comes from multi-jurisdictional regulations, laws, things like that they're operating across. I saw our buddy Ken over at Citadel ask the SEC to regulate DeFi protocols as exchanges. It's not faring out so well for him.
Yeah, yeah. Good luck. I think he's trying to protect his business.
Yeah, he's got all of the more public facing founders kind of going after him. I know I saw something by Hayden Adams, for those of you who don't just know who the Hayden of crypto is. He went on a little rant accusing them of lobbying to stifle open source peer-to-peer tech.
Are you surprised? It's Ken, dude. Ken is insane, dude. When he goes after something, dude, he's in like bidding wars for $200 million Jackson Pollock paintings. Like, you don't think that he'll spend a few million to lobby against something that's going to destroy his business or even take a sliver of his business? They're one of the largest market makers, if not the largest in America. They want to just do payment for order flow and front run Robinhood traders and do the easy things, dude. They don't want to compete in the arena.
The modern day mafia.
Mm-hmm. If you listen to him talk, it's pretty interesting. He's like, "Oh, we're not like 100% win rate, right? Their win rate is in the 50%, but they're taking millions and millions of trades every day, and the win rate stacks up."
Yeah.
And of course, they get preferential fees, they get preferential speed, they get different bonuses for being that large as well, different perks for being that large. But their win rate is only like in the 50s.
Let that be a lesson to all you traders in training.
Maybe
Even the
you don't
best of the
have
best
you don't
are
need a
not
100% win rate.
are not even winning 3/4 of their trades.
Yeah, and CT thinks you need to have 100% wins. But of course, all their stuff is systematic.
I think like people usually aren't too hard on people if they make bad trades. It's when they have ego like tied to the trade. Like you could look
Mm,
at like Ansem and the list that he made that people always like bring up from like I don't remember which cycle it was, 2022-ish, like after 2021. Maybe he did a 2021 and it was like forward looking, but where I had like things about Luna and Tia and AVAX and all this shit, DeFi kingdoms and um, you know, when if just someone who's casually writing their theses like writes out why they think these things are going to do well and they don't do well, like of course there's going to be some hecklers, but generally people like don't care. But when you're like dunking on everyone for the month that you're right before things just get slaughtered, people will love to share to the world and rub in your face how very, very wrong you are. Like there's a difference between being a bad trader and being like always wrong, where you can be a counter signal. And being someone who shares their trades with a lot of ego, and then just being someone that like puts their trades out there, that like documents everything live.
well, I thought it was funny or interesting that Dime was saying that he's not publicly sharing trades anymore because people just copy trade. And if you held it for 10 years, you won, and if you held it for 10 seconds, you lost and capitulated. And everybody's different. Nobody has the same time frame, risk capacity, risk management.
I
So
asked that
I see
question to
less and
people.
less people. I see less and less people sharing live trades.
I ask that question to people very often when they ask me about anything to do with trading or positions or something. Like it's always like what time frame. Like
Yeah, if you have a decade, it's a very different conversation.
I don't even like looking that far out. It's just like, are you looking to buy and sell this over the next like month, or are you looking to buy
Hours.
this? Are you looking to hold this for the next year to 2, 3? Like up to 5 year kind of hold for something. And the majority of CT doesn't want to hold anything longer than it being down 2%.
Well, I think that they're on. They have the 2% down draw, but then they're 20x leverage, and that stacks up very, 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 very fast. Versus like, oh, I'm going to sit here in a spot bag for a year is totally a different game. I don't know why people don't play the spot game. Like even on these new futures plays that they're doing with the stocks, it's like the funding is insane. You can't hold that position for days, months,
Well, I
year.
do.
You're
I'm a
gonna
spot
burn it.
head.
Yeah, that's how you win, dude. Is spot.
Like I buy and sell spot. I barely ever use leverage. When I do, it's never a significant portion of my portfolio. Like if I have money sitting in an account, like for perps, maybe it's 2 days. You know what I mean? Like I'm very much like if I'm going to make a trade, it's while I'm awake, unless it's spot and I'm something I'm like, my thesis is, oh, this will play out over the next month, 6 months, year, like whatever. If it's not something that I plan to hold for some planned period of time, that um I'm sorry, like I'll only use perps on majors. I don't ever trade perps on alts. I think it's silly to go on to an illiquid like Dex and trade perps on an illiquid token. Uh, just not my style. And like all the other times I trade with leverage, it's like a pretty clear signal if you're looking at the charts, right? Like I've brought it up before. Like anytime that I've done it while we've been on Eden, it's like uh a clear overextension, on majors, and you're like, okay, like this is fucking stupid.
Oh yeah, like to the down, like when we were just wicking like $500 in a minute. You're like, this is dumb. I
Yeah, I
agree.
remember I'll never forget the one time in ETH, like we were just like we were pushing up so crazy, and we were up like I don't know 12% or something on the day after the day before being green. I'm like, yeah, I mean, just look at this fucking chart. It looks ridiculous.
No, and you're not punting $10 million on 10x leverage, right? That's the difference. Or you're not punting your last $1,000 on 100x leverage. That's the
No,
difference that I think people miss. And with perps, it's like I don't know. It's a dangerous market to trade. Most should just buy spot and come back later, unless it's like I don't know. Even the new Monad thing, dude, it's down 15% a day. 30, it was down 30% or something. It's up 10% today. It's like I don't know. Are you? It's almost like late. Like if you're not in the seed round, if you're not in the VCs, if you're not in the A, B, C, I don't know. Some are up to D, E, F rounds. It's like if you're not early in those, and of course the VCs are happy that they get cashed. They can hedge out instantly. It's listed on every major exchange, or they sold out in secondary. Versus like a retail trader, like, oh, I'm going to buy it at launch. It's like I think you made 50, 60% on the first day or two, and people are like, oh, it's going to the moon. That's it. It's over. I'm never selling. And it's like, dude, a token that just launched just did 50% in a day. You probably should have sold. And now I think it's lower than launch price.
it's down like almost 50, probably 30 something percent. I don't know. We gotta. I'm not
It's
gonna
like,
do the math off of a fucking candle chart, but
no, it's
um,
up. It's up today, but I think it's down overall.
I'm sharing it. If you look at
Oh,
this
okay.
chart,
A little
what
mon.
I don't get is like why people like Arthur who know that they have pretty significant influence in sentiment feel that they need to come out and like be so brash, talking about how it's like garbage and it's going to zero, like it's fine to think that, but like why do you feel the need to express that to the world?
Just short it. Just short it and shut up, right? Like, I don't know. You're not a crypto Twitter account with a few thousand followers, shit talking, you're like a influential person. You probably should shut up if you have a position. And why don't you just put on a position and work in silence? It's wrong if he has a position and he's talking shit because he's influential, right? But if it's a CT account, it's a very different story. Just short it. Just
Speaking
shut
of
up.
spot trading, your favorite perp dex Lighter added spot trading last week.
Lighter's great when it works. When
They
it
have
doesn't work, when you need it to work, unfortunately.
they started with ETH spot pairs.
Their volume was pretty good, I guess. It was up there.
Bro, they had fucking what 275 billion in trading volume in October, and I don't know what it was. Let's see, 292 billion for November. It's a lot of fucking volume.
Yep.
I have friends
That's a
who've been
good product
farming
when it works.
Lighter for fucking like since it launched, in case it was Hyperliquid V2.
Yeah, I have an account from like the very. I think that there was a lighter V1 that nobody used, and then this year was like their version that everybody uses. So I have an account from early this year. I referred a few people at the very very beginning that now are top leaderboard. So I got to go check on my referral points. Should be a nice payday. I'm hearing the chatter and the telegrams and the discords are that they're launching this month the token.
Really,
That's what they say.
this month, early Christmas.
That's what they say.
I I saw some. This is like totally other end of the spectrum, but it made me kind of laugh. I saw Circle partner with Bybit to try to drive USDC adoption outside of the Coinbase ecosystem. And what's crazy to me is, like, do you remember the sentiment around Bybit fucking even 2 years ago? Like, it was like, I feel like people looked at it as though it was like trade ogre, like, like, people traded there, but like, it was like there was this shadiness around it, like using Bybit. And now Bybit's like, I'd say up there with fucking, all of the top L1 or T1 exchanges.
I think what solidified them was when they got hacked that everybody was rushing to help fill the gap. They had the money, they have the revenue, that really solidified them as like super super legit. Their trading volumes are insane. I think Binance still is king, but Bybit is as legit as it gets for sure. And they sponsor F1, and like they're getting in the public's eye. Um, yeah, I really think that the hack kind of solidified anybody's like FUD or hate or anything. Like every major exchange rushed to fill and help them, and there was no questions asked. Like they have the revenue, they have the funds.
Yeah.
They just needed a little help. It was like $1 billion. It was a lot of money too.
And funds were SAFU. So everyone was like, oh shit, guess they're not bad.
Yeah, but it's funny that nobody cares about USTC outside of America.
It's weird because when you're in the US, you don't really hear much about USDT at all. Like at all for anything. It really is USDC everything. And over in other parts of the world, they don't even like consider like for what would they use USDC?
Yeah, it's not even an option.
I wonder is Euro DC or EURDC or USDC, whatever the fuck it is that even popular amongst our Euro friends?
Last time I looked, it was a long time ago, but it was like 30 million traded 24 hour, like nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Because all the markets are still priced in dollar, right? No, nobody looks at like, oh, what's the price of Bitcoin? Oh, it's 80,000 euros. I've not once, not in Euroland, not in Asia, not in South America. No, nobody prices it in euros. It's always a dollar base. Um, yeah, sure. In Turkish lira and Argentine peso and some other currencies, it's all time high every single day. But nobody says it like that. It's always dollar denominated, and you always trade against the dollar. Nobody cares about the euro pairs or any other pair for that matter. They're always trading USDC, USDT pair, or even USD. But I wonder if that changes with this whole talk of like, is the dollar the world reserve currency anymore? Is this how long is this going to uphold? Ray Dalio still beating the drum like it's over the 100 years, guys. It's time to change.
Yeah. Did you this is more CT relevant, but Farcaster, they're not shutting down, but did you ever use Farcaster?
No.
So they're kind of pivoting away from being a social fi platform first, and they're pivoting to infrastructure, doing
Okay.
so they're focusing on building a great wallet that will get more people to use it. Every new
They
retain
should call
wallet
it the Great
user.
Wall. They should call it the Great Wall. Would be better.
And what they'll have is the social app integrated into it, so that every wallet user they have, is
An account.
potentially a sticky, Farcaster user. I didn't realize, but they've been live technically for almost 5 years now,
Jesus
four and a
Christ.
half years. So his announcement, what he said is, we tried SocialFi or Social First for 4.5 years. It didn't work for us. Wallet has been growing, so we're doubling down on that direction. That means new features and products positioning will be wallet focused. If you're not a fan of this direction, use another client. There are a bunch. Build another client. Consider another social network. Ouch.
Ouch. Came for blood.
Yep. Uh,
What did you hear about these? Well, there's a few things. The RAM. Okay, the RAM. CT
we were
wants to hear
talking about
about
this. Oh, I didn't. Did I tell you what the alpha
the
pre-built?
alpha. No,
The alpha
okay.
is
I
dying
took
right
that.
now.
I took that alpha and I went a step further. Go buy used servers. They have like two fucking SSDs, 200 gig or 198 gigs of DDR5. Some of them even have two CPUs, the Xeon ones, the Intel ones. That's the alpha is used servers
There you
to
go.
get mega size. Like to not like personal use. To get 256 gigs of RAM or to get 198. The
For
alpha is
for
pre-built
all our
servers.
retail users who can't afford going to buy a ton of servers, pre-built PCs have not their pricing has not been adjusted to reflect the inflation in RAM price. So you can get these pre-built PCs for the price of like the RAM and the GPU. Everything else free.
No, I'm not saying that the servers are expensive. The servers are a couple thousand, not like not like 5,000, like 2-3,000, like on the high end
Oh,
side
okay.
of the
Okay,
on
okay.
the high end side of the PC world. But it's not pretty. It's not they don't light up. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna
You
be
got to
honest.
add that yourself.
Yeah, they're just the green ones, guys. That's it. Just the green ones. It's not pretty, but you could get a serious setup for for the same price as a high-end PC. So pre-built servers, used servers are the way to go.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was seeing like pre-built 5080 builds
Two, three
with
K.
32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, for like $2,000. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I
Yeah,
can
it's a fucking
sell the
sell
RAM and
everything
the
else.
motherboard, and I paid for it. Like I get a 5080 and everything else for free. The water cooler, they're water cooled too. That was the one thing. I saw some Alienware ones that were water cooled, 5080, 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, Intel Ultra
Whatever.
9.
Ultra, yeah, Ultra 9. Not they're not even on
Yeah,
i9, they're on Ultra 9 now.
yeah, for like $2,200.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane for sure. So you have that alpha, and then you have the did you hear about the okay, so Micron shut down. So that's what's starting this rush of RAM. But I was curious on why they didn't just sell off that business. Like, oh, you don't want to sell the tech to another sort of factory that could pivot and build the RAM. Like there's only 3 RAM builders in the world.
What did you uncover?
I'm not sure. I haven't found the answer yet. Like there's no one else in the semiconductor space or in the chip space that could pivot to building RAM if they bought out that arm, that leg of Micron. Seems, and I thought it was weird that there's only 3 RAM builders in the whole world. It seems like a very niche market that's cornered. Like nobody's figured it out. Nobody's stepped up. Seems like there's opportunity there. There's that, and
I
then
just saw this thing come in. NYSE BMNR Bitmine. They just disclosed that it now holds almost 3.9 million ETH.
Jesus.
3,864,951 after purchasing 138,452 ETH over the past weekend. Bitmine also holds 193 BTC, 1 billion in cash, and 36 million in moonshot equity positions, bringing total assets to 13.2 billion.
Insane. And price went down. And fuck them.
Where are these companies getting all this money? Like, I don't think anyone knows the inner workings of these companies besides the companies themselves.
Even they don't know how it works.
Yeah.
No, like
Can't come
Saylor
to
is
the
doing
foundation.
different debt structuring to raise capital, and there's some funds and firms and companies that only invest in these, I don't want to call them complex, but sophisticated debt deals, and that they can't just go out and buy stock because they're not a hedge fund. Maybe they're structured a specific way. So there's money to throw at it. I wouldn't say that there's a shortage of money, right? Like think about Asian firms, Euro firms, US firms, South American firms. Like there's no shortage of money. It just depends on how your firm is set up and structured and what you're buying. But obviously they're making money or they wouldn't just keep aping.
So you got Saylor and Bitmine just shoving everyone else doom and glooming. This is why you don't listen to CT.
Yeah, but fucking Bitcoin's just red too. Like Saylor bought at 90.5 or something, bought that billion. He's down. Like, dude, we're really close to his average entry. Like, that's a huge psychological level. If we get to whatever it is, 75, 78, like some algos are going to trip and push it even further, even though he's not going to be a forced seller on that specific day. But him not being pressured this
I
cycle is, I think, is still on the cards.
I could have swore I saw somewhere that like the true like liquidation number is like 15K or something like that.
Yeah. It's like it's
It's
closer
like
to
super
zero.
low. Like
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
fucking. He's not getting liquidated.
No, the only reason he has to be liquidated is if he can't pay the debt. But they just raised that yard. They just raised $1 billion to. I think they covered like 2 years of payments or something. So that's the thing. These funds and firms that are buying these different structures that he's putting on get dividends. So they're betting on his ability to pay dividends. They also MicroStrategy is not just a Bitcoin treasury company. They also run a legacy software business that does make some money. Ideally, that amount should cover the dividends. If it doesn't, then he goes out and raises a cash reserve. And but if it could all, it's not risk free. It could all come crashing down, and it works until he can't raise any more money. I think that they took some precautious steps and raised that billion for the next 2 years to, ride out the tail end of the cycle. But you should always keep him on your radar. But him buying the top, he bought 90 something K. Like,
Yeah, but he usually buys the local top. Like that. This is like very common
yeah,
for
it's
him to
not
do.
new, not new.
As Suzu once said, he's made far more money buying local tops than timing bottoms.
100%. And then to wrap it up, did you see or hear about these Bitcoin mining companies, these miners that are maybe should or are going to pivot to AI data centers
Of
instead
course they
of?
are. I didn't hear about this, but it is. I mean, I only assumed it would be a matter of time. What are they going to do? Because these mining companies have a ton of ASICs. They're not running on GPUs. So
No,
are they going to
their
convert?
thing is that they have the energy contracts. They
For
don't care
sure.
about they don't care about what's inside. They care about the energy contracts.
I remember back when I was mining, that was something that I was very thankful for in the place I was living at the time. Energy was something that you could source and bid on. So you weren't stuck with, I know some states in the US, there's an energy rate, there's a company that provides for your area, and that's it. Um, but where I was, you could source your own energy company. You could look around and compare them and lock in a contract, a multi-year contract if you needed to, which was very nice for me at the time because I think energy had like skyrocketed shortly after. Um, and I was locked in like significantly lower. Slurp wants to know BTC over 100K in December or not. Well,
No, nope,
Saylor's hoping so with his
nope.
recent top blast, but
Come back later. Thanks for trying.
yeah,
Yeah, 100K. If we were going to do it, we would have already done it. Sorry. Not financial advice. Don't listen to me. I don't know anything.
yeah, Slurp. I'm not that bullish. I'm bullish on it's not going down too much. but I'm not bullish on it
No, if
continuing to
we were
go
going to
up.
hit 100, I think we would have already hit it by now. I think that's my argument.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got a content call.
Got a
So we'll
content call. Well, it got moved
see
back.
you.
We got a couple hours, but I'll see you there.
We got a couple
We have
hours. How long do we have?
They moved it back an hour
I thought it was now.
or half an hour
Mm,
from now. Half an hour. Sorry. Half an hour from now. So we have
all
that.
right.
We also have did they push the updates to the let me see.
I saw some new things on the front end.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think some new stuff got pushed.
The
I'll
one-click
show,
trading is right there on the front. I saw
I'll show,
that.
I'll show this off real quick. So for those of you who are not in the know, over at Cayenne, we have a trading competition going on right now. It is currently the start of week 2 of Epoch 2.
Pull it up. We still see this goddamn ETH
Yep, I'm gonna
chart.
share right now. So
Yep, I saw that.
here now, if you would like the seamless, centralized exchange type experience, you don't want to have a million pop-ups asking you to sign and approve things, you can click this little button here, one-click trading, or sign every transaction. Enable one-click trading, sign this, and we're done. So now anything I do on here will happen in single clicks. What is it, 89, 68? See if I can buy any of this.
Dude, Icebox is just aping, dude. Icebox is the fucking jewelry store. Juicebox is just aping. We still didn't figure out who it is.
Boom,
I
trade
did.
successful. Look at that, how fast
Look at
that
that.
was.
It fucking worked. Juicebox. We never figured out who Juicebox was, right? And what about the Zcash, dude? Jesus Christ. Zcash is up from 300 to 420. Jesus.
I know someone was mentioning about the drop down. So two things about this. It's adjustable. If you come right here, if you see it's covering some positions you'd like to see, you can move it down. But you can just open and close it, to quick access these things. Here's the perp I just bought. I'm a terrible trader, so I'm obviously already down money.
Oh, yeah.
And then our options book here. So
when somebody takes our full order, it shows up as a 0, obviously. So we need to come in and do multi-levels and do a little better job quoting.
I'll take those.
I had this too, the session hash. I don't know what it means, but
So then give it a moment to populate, and it should be down in my positions tab. Boom. And don't do what I did. I literally just clicked things to show you guys how fast it is.
don't copy trade.
But if you come and connect your wallet to Cayenne, you will get a free 250,000 USDC in testnet tokens on Arbitrum Sepolia. You click on connect your wallet, it'll automatically give you a pop-up to connect there to Arbitrum Sepolia. Don't worry about having to go to, a chain ID website or anything. Trade all this week, get on the leaderboard. I think that goes up a little bit later today. It'll show the current placeholder, the current winners of Epoch 1, and then the placers of Epoch 2, where you're at. If you have any questions, feel free to pop into the Discord. Ping me, ping one of the other guys. We are terminally online and always around.
We need to get the metrics. How many users do we have? 35?
I remember what I wanted to show. The one other thing that we added. Oops, I think it's right here. Yeah.
Ooh. Look at that. Fresh. I'll have to pull one that I'm down bad on and share it. How do I get there on portfolio? Gotta go to my Bitcoin one.
All right, so to share, I mean,
I've got
I
it.
made
I
it look
got
a
it
little
here.
convoluted, but if you want to share this on Twitter, you can download your P&L cards, but you just hit copy and go to share on X. And then once you're here, just paste. And it'll automatically paste your P&L card to your tweet. This is me winning, whether you're losing or winning. Oh, I didn't share along with it when I went to Twitter, but I'll share this tab now. So this is what it'll look like when it'll say this is me winning with your P&L card.
There we go.
That's all I
All
got,
right.
folks.
See you in 20.
Join us on Wednesday for Eden. No options talk this week, and then we'll be back Friday, as always. Enjoy the rest of your
Alrighty.
week. Don't get liquidated.